What up, fellow addicts? B2. We're going to talk about a little epic RPG today. And when I made the first basic guide, I didn't know what I know today, right? So I didn't know what I didn't know. Stay tuned. All right, so here's the dealio. I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do to learn Epic RPG. And I'm going to do it on the server live with people playing. So it's going to get a little crazy on here. But so when you start off, you're going to do, I believe it's start. Look at that. I don't even know really how to start. But bang, RPG start. And it's just going to kind of give you all like the basics, commands and whatnot. The other command you can do is RPG help. And then it's going to go through, we got this new dude sneaking in. Let's give him a roll, a recruit roll. What up? So RPG help is going to give you your commands per level, right? So area. This is important to know an area from a dungeon and what you're looking for, right? So you're going to go area 2, area 3, and then axe and net and pickup will unlock. Area 4 unlocks ladder guild, so and so and so and so on, right? Now, full disclosure, I'm on area 6. No, I'm sorry. I'm on time travel 6, and I'm going to get the time travels later. I'm on area 10 right now, which is drilling not so many boss. But here's what you need to know. If you are playing RPG right now for the first time, you saw this video and you're like, whoa, that looks kind of cool. I can play this on my PC. I can play this on my mobile phone. Whoa, it's a game that we can actually play, kind of mobile, right? And on the PC. So it is all text. There's no fancy graphics. So what you're going to do to basically get started is RPGRD. This is going to give you the short list of what you have available for commands to do. If you type RPGCD, it's going to give you all the commands. So there's a daily, a weekly, a loot box, a vote, all this stuff, right? So, but we are just going to cover your basic commands on this one, and then we're going to get you started. So here's how it basically works. You can do RPGP. Now, there's different wallpapers for this. I have this version. There's a whole bunch of other ones that you can buy in the RPG shop. That's the basic shop, and the RPG Epic shop is going to give you all of your backgrounds, right? So that's the easy one. So one of the first things you're going to do is try to collect these epic coins. They're hard in the first couple of days, but when you do your daily quest and your weekly quest, you're going to get these epic coins, and then you're going to buy your bank account first. Why is that important? RPG Bank, right? It's going to pull it up and say, I've got 324 million saved, which is actually not a lot. I had a ton more, but I was working some skills. We're going to get to that in the advanced versions, but for now, just know that when I have this money in the bank, I'm getting 6.61% extra EXP for hunt and adventure. Why is that important? I am so glad you... Look, there's people giving me money. Duncan, what up, man? I hope you're watching this video. I appreciate that 10K. But you can't give money to actually... people backwards that are not at least time travel 2 watch. So if I do RPG give, well, if I could spell it right, give Duncan, let's say 1 million. It's going to tell me that, I didn't put the at symbol, at Duncan, and then go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I can't give it to someone who has not traveled at least 2 times, right? Now, so it's weird, like, the poor people can give the rich people money in this game, but the rich people can't give back. It's to strike out, like, the beggars in the game, and the people are like, give me money, I'm so poor. Like, it just happens all the time. You got to tell them, hey, time travel twice. But to time travel twice, you're going to have, 400, 500 million by that point. So RPGRD now is going to give you your available commands. I'm going to RPG hunt. There's different variations of this, so that's the basic one I'm going to show you. Now, we actually have a reminder bot on here that's going to tell you when your next hunt's available, so you don't have to remember that every 60 seconds your hunt's going to come up. Or if you're a T3 donor, I think it's every 38 seconds or something like that. You get a 35% discount or 35% discount on the 60 seconds. So whatever that ends up being, I'm not a mathematician. So RPGRD, again, it's going to tell me that I have an adventure. Now, so here's the thing. Ooh, congrats. Level up. Angel. All right, so the hunt's your basic one. It's not gonna the mobs you're fighting aren't gonna hit as hard. It's gonna give you less expense, less experience, right? Less experience, less money, but when you move to adventure, they hit harder and you get more coins. See here, if I go back up to my hunt, where did it go? Right here, I got 832 coins, 1,600 experience. But when I come down to my adventure, I killed a Leviathan for 12,000. So you can see you definitely want to make sure you're hitting your adventures. Now, there's 3 ways to gain experience in here. I'm going to show you 3 main ways. There's some other ones. Gosh, I can't even spell today. But on the cooldown, it's going to tell you, here's all your experience commands: hunt, adventure, training, duel, and quest, right? So the cool thing is that training, hunts, they should actually put these in reverse order. So hunt is every minute, training's every 10 minutes, and adventures every hour. Mine's on a cooldown. I get 40 minutes on there because I bought the T3 donor. But it's to give you some other stuff, right? So everyone's giving me coins now. Feed me coins. So we're going to go right back to RPGD, and the next thing, my hunt is already on cooldown, so I'm going to hunt again. And now look, I got a drop, right? So this is important. I got a mermaid hair here. Now, when you go in and you look at your inventory, you're going to see all the stuff that you're stacking up, right? So you're going to have wolf skins, zombies, unicorns, mermaids. So on areas 1 and 2, you're going to get a wolf skin. Areas 3 and 4, you get a zombie eye. Areas 5 and 6, you get unicorn horn. 7 and 8, mermaid hair. Chips on 9 and 10, right? So that's where you're going to get your drops. The drops are important because you're going to make armors and stuff, and I'm going to talk about those in the next video. I don't want to make them super long, even though I have a feeling they're going to be probably 10 to 15 minutes a piece. I just want you to get the hang of the game. So now, if I do my RPG RD, hunt's already back up. But watch this variation. So as a T3 donor, you can marry another player, and that means you're tied on the hunts. If you want to hunt with somebody, you hunt together or just T. And now the person that I'm married to, ooh, look at that, another mermaid hair. What up? But Dano, who I'm married to, and now he is offline sleeping now. He lives in different time zones. He is making experience based on my hunts that I started, right? So he got 2,800 EXP and he's asleep. So you can see that it's very important to find someone to marry on the donate, and I think it's $5. So now my training's up. Training's cool. RPG training is going to say, what is the 3rd letter of the apple? APP, right? So P is it. Boom. I got another 17,000 experience off of knowing that that's the apple and the 3rd letter is P. Pretty easy peasy. Most of it's going to go. There are some, to keep people from scripting and automating, there will be some quizzes from time to time. If you get them wrong, it's going to throw you in jail. You can follow that. So if I RPG again, hunt's already back up. I can RPG hunt, and you can see how I just keep doing this over and over again. And if you look, it's going to pull this experience up, and your level is going to go up, right? So I'm actually ranked 389 in the world. You start at like 150,000 as you start grinding up, so that's where it's at. But the things that you do for your mats, you're going to want to upgrade your armor, and you're going to want to upgrade your sword. So very basic, you're going to go RPG buy sword at the very beginning as soon as you get a little bit of money. And you're going to do RPG by armor, right? That's going to give you the basic armor, and if you go RPG recipes, it's going to pull open the recipe list. So to make a wooden sword, I need 1 epic log. If you hover, it'll tell you epic, and I need 1 regular wood, or 15 regular wooden logs, and that upgrades me to a 4 attack. Now the fish armor, 20 fish and 10 wood, is going to give me an upgrade in defense. Those are important when you start looking at the dungeons, right? And so if you hit the pinned messages up here, it's going to tell you, for Dungeon 1, I need a wooden sword and fish armor. I need to be a level 5, have 9 attack, 14 defense, and that will enable me to start doing this dungeon. Now, the boss is going to attack at a 37, so if your defense is 14, you're going to take a hit for 23. If you have a defense of 37, which equals the boss attack, you will only take 1 damage. That's what's called a hard carry, when your defense matches or exceeds the boss attack. That means that no matter what, you could take 4 people total into a dungeon, which is the max, you plus 3 players. And now you can actually take all 3 players to the next level because your defense has raised to this. Doesn't affect you much on time travel 1. You're going to kind of be getting used to the game. But at least that's when you know you'll be ready to advance. So in order to advance and do the dungeon, you're going to be coming in and saying RPG dungeon, right? And then RPG dungeon is going to kick off the dungeon. It will tell you if you're not in the right area, it'll tell you you're in the wrong area. If you haven't bought the dungeon key, it'll tell you need the dungeon key. RPG shop, dungeon key. It'll tell you. Like for me, if I didn't have a horse, and I'm going to talk about horses in another video, right? That's a more of an intermediate video, and I guess we're probably already heading up on 10 minutes. Yeah. I just checked the time. We're at 9:45. So there's so much to this game, but you'll need that key to go, and then you can also join the lottery and all that stuff, right? So if you want to do RPG lottery, buy 10, I think it is, or something like that. Yeah, I can buy 10 lottery tickets, right? Wouldn't recommend it unless you have a lot of money, but basically you're going to see that that's the way to join the lottery, and you can put those in there. So, look, it's 10 minutes for that. That gets you the basics of how to progress in the game. Make sure you're doing your dailies, weeklies, buying your loot box. I'm going to talk about loot boxes in another video. There's a specific way you want to do that. Make sure you're doing your vote every 12 hours. It gives you cash. It gives you epic coins. Do that. And then, of course, on the progress side, you're going to want to work your worker commands right here. So I'm going to do that before I go. I'm going to show you the worker command. So in RPG help, based on what area you are in, it will, where'd it go? Did it already go past? There it is. So based on what area you're in, it's going to give you a command. So like on the very basic ones, you can do chop, you can do fish, I think. Yeah, chop and fish. And then as you get up in command, and I'm going to talk to you about saving materials and which ones to upgrade. That's going to be a whole separate video in this chain. But this for right now will tell you. Now there's a theory behind which ones you need at what levels, because there's some trades you're going to make. And I've already got a video on trades that you can go watch, and I'll put that in the top right. The little thing will flash up, and you can click that and go watch trades. So that's it for today on the complete basic guide. I'm going to do an intermediate guide. We're going to talk about horses. We're going to talk about guilds. We're going to talk about professions. We're going to talk about all this stuff. So keep watching the videos, and hit me in the comments. Let me know what time travel you are. See ya.